What's up, everyone? HX9 here, and we are once again in another match in the Overwatch Pretenders. Today, we've got Toxic Shock versus Seven Sins, and we're starting off right away on King's Row. Tonight, I will be casting for you. I am, of course, HX9. You can follow me on Twitter, HXZ9, or Twitch, HXZ9 as well. And camera today, the infamous Robot Walrus. Now, starting off on King's Row, this was the pick from Toxic Shock. Looks like they're 2-4 in the standings right now, 3-3 on the Seven Sins side. So a chance for both teams, Toxic Shock to kind of tie it up, Seven Sins to pull a little bit further ahead. Now it is King's Row, so we are going to see comps that revolve around Reinhardt Zarya in most cases. Right now on defense, though, it looks like we're going with a Torb on Will's side here. We got Torb, we got Reinhardt D.Va, we got a Soldier there on Rice. And for heals, we got Mickett on Mercy, Lamper on Zenyatta.
Attackers incoming
So,
in 30 seconds.
It looks like, oh, we do have the Seven Sins comp locked in now. We got the double sniper side on there. We've got Musashimi on Widow, who had an excellent Widow the last time we were watching the Seven
Remember your
Sins.
training
Looks like SWAT Cats on Hanzo. A little bit of flip it up here, though. They might be just kind of throwing some bamboozles out there, but I bet you Evergreen's going to be on his Reinhardt free shot, of course. A
4,
Zarya
3,
Wizard,
2,
or nothing on
1.
Zenyatta and Dragonite
Attackers
on
incoming. Defend objective.
All right, we're rolling out here, though. Seven Sins going to be on the offense. And it's like an early fire strike there from both sides here, just kind of launching at each other. I'm noticing D.Va now. So D.Va's kind of going in. Ait
Time to raise my
kind of
APM.
flying in there and being a little bit out of position there, getting knocked out of his mech very quickly by Musashimi.
I'm even stronger.
Damage here on the front. Reinhardt shield, Dungeon shield does go down. They're going to kind of pop around the corner. Ice can try to get his mech back over here. Does manage to get that back very quickly. Very high charge free shot, though. Going to get Dungy. Without his shield, not going to have much working there. Going to get caught while rezzing on Lamperouge. That's why he went down. Both teams kind of posturing differently here, though. SWAT Cat having gone down on the side of Seven Sins. So it's about 5-5, a little bit neck and neck here. No Reinhardt. Will replacing his turret now. Seven Sins moving on to the point. They are going to get a pick on some Rice. And then we're going to get SWAT Cat out of sync. The combo does come out from Free Shot and SWAT Cat. They're going to finish it up. And now there's a couple people left. Mickey going for the res. They're going to try to get a little bit of stall here. Ait going to try to get back in mech. Manages to get back into it. Too many people on point. Ait getting out of mech again. And he's just going to stand there and take the dash.
Objective A captured.
There's a little bit of the danger of running D.Va. You give a lot of ult charge to that Zarya when you're running against it, and that's exactly what happened. Free Shot with an excellent play there, getting his ult very quickly. And of course, Hanzo's ult moves a little bit quicker, so it was pretty quickly. And yeah, pulled it together, got it done. So a lot of ult economy here on the Seven Sins side now, so I would expect still to see them kind of pushing a little bit further as this goes on. So we got the Dungy with that hammer down, maybe Lampo with his Transcendence is going to pull ahead here. A little bit of poking going on between the two teams. Free Shot very high charge here. Free Shot sitting at a total of about 80 charge, so that's going to be a lot of damage again. He can just shoot this D.Va. Free Shot's going to get another ult very quickly. 4 ults from the Seven Sins side. There's swinging going on from the Reinhardt. A little bit of a brawl brewing as, oh, Ait in the back here. Will and Ait kind of going for that Hanzo. SWAT Cat got kind of kicked in the last fight. They're going for a second attempt at that. SWAT Cat back off. Hammer down does go down. Evergreen does block most of it. And Dungy just kind of charging in there, and everyone going down. SWAT Cat firing off the dragon down the site, down the middle there. Evergreen getting that hammer down, and down goes Toxic Shock. Seven Sins. Very decisive plays right now. A little bit of Resident Lord of nothing, though. And it does look like they got all 6 players up. Oh, Will. Will, they found you, buddy.
one can hide from
That's
my
alright.
sight.
You'll be back soon enough. I think they're going to lock up this point. Everyone getting picked there. I don't think Dungeon's going to be able to contest, so we're going to have another side here. Another contest. Not any support ults used by the Seven Sins, though, so about even on the ult economy. 1 ult up on the other side on Toxic Shock. See if it makes a difference. Very difficult to get that Soldier ult off. very difficult to get some value out of that.
Nerf
So,
this.
Nerf being thrown out immediately by Toxic Shock. Doesn't anybody.
Fire at will.
A little poking. Oh, there we go. Big ultimate usage here. Everyone using them up there. A charge onto Ike from Evergreen. He's in the middle of nowhere though. Dungeon counteracts and takes care of it. A single transcendence from Lamper, stopping all of that Graviton surge. Ults are still going out. Ike finds Lord of Nothing in the back. Ike poking the front here. Mushishimi, Widow 76 in the front, trying to get a little bit of damage there. And Ike's going to be out of mech. SWAT Cat in the back here, though. What's he gonna do?
Amplified.
He's gonna die. That's what he's gonna do. Alright, have to reset here on 7 Sin side. Got a sniper here from Will now, switching off of that Genji onto Widow.
Move the payload.
So that might be an interesting choice there. Still got that needed, though. It's gonna be a lot of extra ult charge for free shot. He's looking to get another grab. He's already at 70%. He used to grab last push. 70%. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely. And once again, Evergreen pushing in.
Time to raise
Ult's
my
kind of in favor of 7 Sins at this point. They got a couple extra ults. Will finding Mushishimi though. Sniper battle. Getting one. Dungy, Ike pushing in. A little bit of a sneaky ult there from SWAT Cat. It does pick up Dungy. And Free Shot did manage to get his ult, but did manage to clean up. Looks like 7 Sins could be pushing this towards the end. Bit of an even fight. Res advantage still on the Toxic Shock side. Or nothing. Looking at Rice there. Rice is kind of holding point with now on Junkrat instead of that Soldier 76. Pretty good selection there. If you don't have the ability to play, Hanzo, you can pick Junkrat. Pretty good alternative. It's called the meatball. The meatball option there. Launching those meatballs across the side in the grenade. So, Will once again getting away with nothing. Excellent. Will showing he's a sniper to be contended here, and a little bit of a cheeky hook there from Ike. Free shot off the edge. It's gonna be another reposture from 7 Sins unless they decide to push in. They are down.
I'll be watching
Not recommended, right? Once again, getting another pick on SWAT Cat. We need to see a regroup here, 7 Sins. You cannot push in with 3-6. Back it up. Check the ult economy here. Toxic Shock building those ults, but it's about even on ults. Rice got to get that tire though. It's could make the difference. He does get res. He's at 98% ult charge. Evergreen gets the charge onto Ike. Trying to get those cheeky hooks. Getting caught out of position though. Lamper though. Getting the pick on Lord of Nothing on the pick. Or on the front there. We are getting the res though up on Lord of Nothing. There is no res though on the Toxic Shock side. 6v5 at the moment. Dragon thrown out because Free Shot's a little bit away from that ult, so SWAT knows he's going to build another ult there. Does manage to find Will in the back. Dungy charging in. Last second attempt there, I suppose. Ike going to go ahead and get the hook on Free Shot. He gets hammered down in response. Lamper though, popping the Transcender. He's going to try to stop that aggression. Dungy gets red though in the middle of that. Minion with a crazy offensive pressure. Dungy tries to get a hammer. He gets blocked by Free Shot's shield. About 6v6 right now. Dragon Eye. Whoa. What are you doing out there, buddy? Dragon Eye a little bit further up there than he probably should have been. Will back onto Genji. Very interesting. So Will's kind of showing his versatility here. And that's good. Genji can be a strong pick here, especially against Double Sniper, if he's able to dive in there. But it can also be dangerous, because Genji, without that reflex, is a little bit vulnerable to that. So, gotta be careful, try to be kind of
Damage increased.
that window. Don't get caught out of position.
My ultimate is charging.
Ike's kind of still in that cheeky hook position. They're pushing in on him with Free Shot and the 2 tanks here. Ike getting a little bit of extra damage on him inside there. They're pushing through that thing. They're trying to get him out of that position. Graviton starts picking up a lot of people here. SWAT Cat's popping his ult from a little far away. Looks like there was a lot of damage though thrown in there by other players on the team with 7 Sins, so it was able to get a lot of damage there. SWAT Cat getting his ult a little late though, did not make a difference. He does get rezzed by Mickett though, and they're gonna have to hold Dungy and Mickett, a pair that match made in heaven. Not this time though. Mickett checked out early and Dungy's charging in last second attempt. 7 Sins on the final push. 3 players from the Toxic Shock though, able to come and contest this really long hold. Rice shooting into the shield. Ike out there gets a kill on Mushishimi. Kind of bodying him there, walking right into the enemy team there. Good job, Ike. I'm gonna find it there. Looks like Toxic Shock is going to hold.
My ultimate is
Gonna be one last push here. I don't know if 7 Sins is gonna be able to get enough players in this case. ult advantage is definitely on the side of Toxic Shock too, so this might be a full hold. Let's see if they can keep the wind alive, tie it up. Evergreen faking out a little bit of a hammer. No longer a shield from Dungy, and Wright falling off the edge. Evergreen, no chance to block, no chance to have something done. He gets Lamperos. Lamperos down. Overtime is in play. Ice getting swung at. There's Mercy ult. Mick there. He's going to try to get Ice back up. He does get grouped out of it by Graviton Surge. Fire strike from Evergreen. Tire from Wright doesn't get very far. Tire from Musashimi gets taken out by Dungy. A little bit of a heroic play there. Dungy getting the swing there. What looked like an easy win for 7 Sins though is coming back to haunt them. And Rice, one last chance here to hold off there. Free shot, really holding on to things right now. He's going to be able to get back in point. No, he is not. Toxic Shock is actually going to hold for round 1. But it's very, very close to the end.
Score.
Very interesting there. It looked like
2-2.
Free Shot
Switching sides.
actually did so much damage there. He kept charged and kept on the end, but his damage wasn't enough. It looked like the engagement there was just a little bit early. So players, again, just in case you're wondering, folks, 8-second res timer is the typical amount. It's extended to 12 during overtime. So during that 12-second res, it's very difficult to have that whole contest of the payload on defense. But what happened was 7 Sins engaged a little bit early, so the 8-second reses were there, so Toxic Shock was able to get back and clean up after a few great picks from some of their players. Going on the other side now, though, once again, wondering if we're going to see that Zarya on the Toxic Shock side. It looks like we are going to see that from Ait. I definitely prefer that to the D.Va on maps like this, where you can't really escape from the Zarya. But it looks like Toxic Shock might be rolling out with a Pharah, which is an excellent counter to this Widowmaker Genji comp on the other side. Widow can be pretty good against Pharah on this map, but you got to get a good angle. So if Pharah plays a strong angle here, she might not let her, Musashimi might not let that happen.
Attackers
But if
incoming
Will
in
is running
30 seconds.
Hanzo and Rice is running Widow, it does give him another chance to shoot Pharah out of the air. Genji kind of having trouble with Pharahs, typically. All right, getting a little correction here from my producers. It's not 90, it's actually 80. So, like the number. All right. So I apologize to 80 for that atrocious mistake and lack of preparation on my part. All right, we're rolling out though. Toxic Shock with 80. The excellent Zarya, whose name I will say a million times to get it right. 80, 80, 80 is moving out here, and they are running this Hanzo. Definitely a very difficult comp to play into this Pharah. Going to be interesting to do. Musashimi kind of taking a higher position up here in the at the hotel. He thinks he doesn't know there isn't a Widow yet, but I think he's kind of figuring that out now. He's kind of hovering a little bit low. She does find Will though across that corner. That's dangerous positioning again. And there are 7 Sins. It's going to clean up quite a bit here. So wow, just a decisive win there. A lot of Pharah damage really is what determined how that went down. So you gotta be careful, and it looks like Rice and Will are both gonna swap to double hit scan. And when you run Pharah on defense, this is what happens. Offense has that advantage, they can get back quickly. So Musashimi's not going to be able to get that Pharah out of there. He's gonna have to play against a double hit scan. And that's where he's gonna take his defensive position at the top. Battle going on at the bottom though. Dungy getting kind of grouped in there. And he's gonna take a little bit of damage, getting down to about half health. Holding on though, keeping him up. We're also having a floor button too. Ike getting on the charge though. A lot of damage there. Dungy getting the charge on Evergreen, but he is bubbled. And now Dungy's kind of out of position. 3 down though. And also Ike going down too. And Dungy, even though he was kind of got the pin there, he goes down as well.
Yo, HX.
Hey, what's up?
8 is 80, by the way. That's how you say that.
Oh, we just corrected that in the chat. Thank you for doubling up on that though. Alright. 80. Throwing some Zarya bombs in the air. Not really landing anywhere though.
Heroes never die.
Here we go. Miketh's ult going out. Looks like it's going to be
Огонь по готовности.
Graviton Surge does go down. Transcendence to counter from Lampert. But it is going to take out Rice. 80. Sorry, is going to go down as well with all that extra damage playing from the swing. The kick on to Musashimi there, but it's going to be countered by Dragoneye. Alright, well,
Valkyrie is ready.
Toxic is going to have to build up that Graviton a little bit faster here. They really need to get that Graviton Surge combo if they want to find victory. And right now, 80 is not really finding the extra damage he can very, very well zoned out by both the Widow, by both the Pharah and by the Reinhardt. Pushing on the point, he does get booped closer again, so that's quite a bit here. This time a little bit more careful though, he's not taking a lot of damage. Lampert taking a lot of damage in the back, now on Moira. See a little bit of that extra healing. Dungey getting the hit on more than nothing, but he does get that defensive bubble. Free shot, extra bubble there, but it's not enough, there's still too much damage. Graviton Surge going out onto free shot by himself. Dragonite popping his ult, popping first skill in the air. Alright, Blackcat jumping down onto point. Rice finding a double kill with his Deadeye, an amazing Deadeye, picking off both the DPS on 7 Sins, and the point is going to get capped. A long run for a lot of 7 Sins members.
Not good.
Well, it's like I was saying before, it's pretty much came down to the Zarya ult there on the Toxic Shock side. I got people out of position, and that was good. But really, the hero play there has to go to the swaps on the supports there. Lampert being on that Moira, I think gave them the extra healing they needed to sustain through that. They're having a little bit of trouble with the Zenyatta, so they're sacrificing that defensive ult. They know free shot's just going to get too many of these Graviton Surges, so they're just going to let that kind of go at this point. Blackcat going down though here. Big difference there. He's going to have to get res. Now Graviton Surge is available from free shot. Might be able to get this off or get him in a big position. A good position. Pretty big group there. Now free shot, of course, or Lampert, sorry, get out of this phase. Caught into it. Dragon's gonna go out. No defensive ult. A lot of damage going out, but Lampert on the Moira and Mercy there, keeping them up through it. Only Rice getting taken down, and he's brought right back up. Dungey got the charge off too, and Dungey just going crazy here. Looks like they found their stride here. Toxic Shock getting complete cleanup. They definitely found their stride, and it's showing that this healer comp is really what 7 Sins is going to be blaming their defeat there on. Plenty of time in the time bank. They're pushing up. Toxic Shock throwing out 80, throwing out his thing. He does pick up Zenyatta's ult, so it was not in vain. Coalescence going out with Lampert. Not sure what he's trying to aim at here. He's kind of aiming for the Zenyatta, SWAT-cat. Basically just charging some healer ults there, Lampert. Time to back up, Toxic. You gotta push the start a little bit further. And Dungey goes down a little bit. Again, a little bit out of position there. Not a lot of healing going left on the side of Lampert. Looks like he's trying to charge up. He's back up to about 80 energy here. Rice going down. Time for a regroup. Back it up. Pushed a little too far forward there on Toxic Shock side. Definitely was correct to push up, but eventually you gotta back off when the 7 Sins, great job on the regroup too. 7 Sins does have the ult advantage here. Sitting on 4 ults, looks like 3 guys going to get a Graviton again. This guy is crazy with his ult charge. Dungey though gets the double up there, and he gets the pin onto Mushatini on Roadhog. Swinging at the Mercy, trying to stop that from happening. 3 shots from ult though, does manage to pick Lampert there. No follow-up though from SWAT-cat. Onto all being held. Dungey, a lot of a split here. He keeps it in the back and front. Keep track of 2 different fronts here though. Lampert getting a little bit of a hit from Evergreen. A little bit tickled, but he does fade back to safety. 3 shots still behind Toxic Shock. And Dungey still way in the front. It's all getting even out though now. 3 shots gonna take out the last members here. In a decisive fashion. Rice though gonna protect good old Mickett. Is it Mickett like this? I don't know.
My ultimate is
Mickey
charging.
T.
Coalescence is almost ready.
Alright.
Now see what I can do. My ultimate
Looks like
is
the
almost
ultimate
ready.
economy here kind of evened out. Should be a pretty Dragon kind of going out, zoning Dragon there. Free up already 60%. Well, pretty confident he's going to build another ult. Dungey though finding, or nothing, finding Dungey on the charge there. Yeah, it's going to be a dead push there. Toxic Shock. A little bit too eager on that push, I think, on Dungey's side here. He's going to have to hold that shield. Gotta wait for that pick. Rice on this McCree at this point might be a little bit of a mistake. There's not a lot of shooting you can do through any of these shields. And McCree's fall-off damage is a little bit punishing in situations like that. Much better against flankers than this position. We'll see if he can make use of that ult that's dragon here. Lots of ultimates on the Toxic Shock side. Using the combo right now. Goes out to protect. Dungey though gonna swing, try to get that extra damage that could possibly push him over the edge. Will does find Evergreen though in the middle of that. Hammer down, going down. Great follow from Dungy. He's going to get Mushishimi in the charge. Mushishimi going to eat up the bacon. Using his take a breather there. Going to put all trying to get you on point. Dungy waiting, gets res by Mickett. Dive deep while he's diving deep. Mushishimi's wrecking his back line. That's going to be another hold from 7sin. Okay, Dungy, you gotta find the charge on another guy there. Excellent job on Mushishimi though. Getting the take a breather, using that to heal himself up on Roadhog there, and then using his ult, being very patient and not really going too heavy onto the Reinhardt. Letting his team deal with it. Sometimes you know you're a healer when you're a Roadhog. So 80 swapping off here to Winston. They only have one push left on Toxic Shock side. They just have to get it down the hallway. They're engaging right now. It's Reinhardt. Winston losing on Vice. Oscar's going to get Deadeye off. He's only has one time. Evergreen does get pinned by Dundee. He's going to get a kill there. A little bit of a trade. Both tanks down. Rez is going out, but Rice finds Dragoneye. Looks like the Rezes are going to be shorter though on that side. 7sins now has to just kill Mickett and 80, and they have got this round. 80, the last one left, jumps up into the air. Will getting back. Widow 76 time, trying to get a few shots on. Last ditch effort here once again. 80 jumping into the air, delaying as long as possible. Dungy does find his way back. He gets a great hammer down. He's gonna swing at those players. They are huge tanks. They have huge hit points, and they are getting pocketed by Dragoneye. He's gonna try to push people off the cart there. Rice does find Deadeye. Dungy now in charge of the cart. Mickett really close. He is in a dangerous position on the cart. He's trying to keep Dungy alive as he swings, but Mickett going down. Dungy going down, and 7sins is going to be the victor in round number 1. Very long fights here from both teams, and I think both teams could use a little bit of discipline on their regroup. Make it quick, a quick engage. You know if you've won or lost defense, it's good to delay on. Offense, you gotta regroup. Play the game first. Very good combo there. SWAT cat. Throwing out a little bit of wave, a little bit of swag. So now 7sins is here and up one game. Toxic Shock gonna have to pick a map here. Now I believe the next match is King of the Hill. So their options are going to be Ilios and one other one. Mostly people have been picking Ilios. I'm not sure if it's, I think it's Lijiang Tower. Would be interesting to see which one they decide to go with here. Looks like it's Oasis or Ilios. Most people are picking Ilios because of the Widowmaker plays that can happen on the Ruins map. We talk about it each time we reach Ilios. Really, Ilios and Lijiang Tower both have some great variety in the comps available. Oasis, a little less so in the variety. There's one brawling map in the university, and the other two maps are pretty open. So, and have similar comps used on them. So it's very interesting to see what they're going to decide to do here in this next match. Seven Sins, of course, not picking means that they can sub out Free Shot for another tank. Free Shot, of course, being a Zarya specialist. Pretty much a 100% Zarya player, and he's been doing an amazing job building those ults, too. I mean, if I had to give an MPV, little spooners in there, an MVP award out, it would have to go to Free Shot on that last match. Building those grabs that quickly makes a huge difference. If you can have your grab up enough that your Hanzo, SWAT Cat, can get those combos off, I mean, you're good as gold there. And that basically is why Toxic tried to run Moira instead. Moira can get out of that Graviton with her Fade pretty good. So, yeah. I think should be interesting. Looks like we are going to jump onto Ilios next, so are they going to make any changes, or are they going to keep it the same? Find out in a moment. So a question that might come up, now that I'm thinking about it, why would you pick Oasis? What kind of comp would you be hoping to run there? I think Oasis lends itself to Pharah's a lot, and it also lends itself to teams that don't really have that Orisa Hog combo too. Orisa Hog's great on that well, and some people aren't that comfortable on Orisa, especially in lower brackets where you might not have that opportunity to have that diversity. So if you're in the silver or bronze brackets, you might only play Reinhardt, or you might only play Winston, you might play one hero, and you're just trying to get the bearings on one kind of hero, or maybe one or two. So you don't have that versatility. When you start getting more and more versatility as you get up into gold and platinum, where you need to have at least 2 or 3 heroes, and usually in the same classification, sometimes not, some people are flex players of course, then you start to pick up some of those niche heroes that work really well on some of these maps. Orisa, of course, right now, very interesting hero, played in just a few situations. Played on Well, on Ilios, sometimes played on Lunar Colony on point A for a much higher defense, though lately with the Brigidas that have come out that are, of course, we're not running with in these tournaments, no Brigida in the Overwatch Pretenders group. But when she's in play, Orisa can kind of fall back and fall to the wayside. So we haven't been seeing a whole lot of that in other competitions, and in Overwatch Pretenders, Orisa, I don't think we've seen her too much. I think the map pool right now, not a lot of Orisa maps. So Ilios is an opportunity for that. Another reason you might pick Oasis is, aside from that, is you don't like Widow. Ilios is very much a Widow map. Now there is opportunity for a Widow to be used on Oasis, but it's kind of, I'd say, hit and miss. You can't really use her on University. There's not a lot of great sight lines. You can use her on City Center, but usually it's better when you have the point versus not. Very hard to retake the point with a Widowmaker. And then on the Gardens map, Widow actually shines quite a bit, but not nearly as much as on Ruins. It's definitely a place where she's within a leap of dive. So very interesting options there. Looks like we're swapping Dungy out here for Moshi on the Toxic Shock side. And Lethal swapping in for, I think, Evergreen on the Seven Sins side. A little bit of talk from our players here. Will and Freeshot exchanging blows. A rivalry that will go down in the ages. Freeshot, of course, the Zarya. Will on the Hanzo, the Genji. A little bit of a variety of heroes there. So looks like Freeshot's begging Will for mercy at this point. Freeshot, have some dignity. Seven Sins readied up here. Looks like we are in a little bit of a pause here. A couple people kind of lagging, or a little bit of technical difficulties on the Toxic Shock side. So we are waiting for one more player. Once again, this is the Overwatch Pretenders. I'm HX9. Be sure to hit a follow up here and follow the Overwatch Pretenders on Twitter as well while you're sitting here and waiting. And follow me too. HXZ9 on Twitter, HXZ9 on Twitch. I stream on the weekends. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a different tournament that's not conflicting with the Pretenders League this time. And usually do the weekends in the mornings, so if you're a morning person, check me out. Looks like 80 kind of died here. There is some swaps going on in Toxic Shock. And we are still waiting. They're using their pause time right now. Each team does have some pause time available in case of times like this. They're trying to wait on 80 to rejoin. 80, I apologize. If I scared you away to the point where you pulled the plug because I was calling you Ite, it's my fault, really. Don't blame it on the rest of your team. Come back, please. All right. This fake drama over.
Now
at this point, we're jumping into Ilios now. And looks like we're starting off on Well. So, wow. What a coincidence. The caster blessing this time, not the caster curse that usually happens. And Well, We got a little bit of a wait here. We're waiting time here. We're in the lobby. Might want to start the game here if possible. And there we go. And looks like, again, the well leads itself to that Orisa Hog combo. Got Free Shot and Threep Wood sitting on the tanks there over on the Seven Sins side. Free Shot, of course, was the Zarya main, and he's going to hit this Orisa. Really kind of a specialist here, playing kind of those niche picks for Seven Sins. Pretty cool. On the tanks on the other side, we got Pi, who swapped in there, and Moshi Man, who looks like he's going to be playing the Roadhog on the Toxic Shock side. So a little bit of some switching up there. And what else do we got here? Still got the same supports running on both sides. Lethal picking it up on the Seven Sins side. Looks like he's actually going to be going Moira here. Very interesting. So running a Mercy Moira, and that actually might work out pretty well, knowing on this map you don't really need that defensive ult against players. That can come in handy, having that extra healing. Or even going on Lucio, too, having that extra healing and the defensive ult. So very cool comp there from Seven Sins side, and both and running the Pharah on Mushishimi side. So that's pretty cool. Cool comp there. Will, of course, and Rice on the Hanzo Soldier. They might have more shield break potential, though. So I think it's going to be a shield break versus a Pharah. And that Soldier going to be very integral in taking out this Pharah Mercy combo on Seven's inside. That Lucio, not really paying off on the Toxic Shock side. Oh, Lucio no longer gone. Now it's back to the and sorry, that was Seven's inside. Back to the Moira. Looks like the Toxic Shock setting up on the left side here. Well, the more traditional setup here on Seven's inside. That shield going down very quickly. No grips managed to happen there. A Fortify going up and a pick getting out on Rice there from SWATcat. Looks like he does get the res though from Mickett. We do have Mushishimi in the air here, kind of firing down. No real good angles for Toxic Shock to find here. Pi pushing onto point without his shield, getting kind of shot down by a firing squad there. Mushishimi finding Lamper in the back too. He's kind of on the ground. Pharah flanking, sneaking ground. Pharah pushes them off the point, and they are going to reset here. Mushishimi's still in the hunt, trying to find Rice, and gets him in a little bit of a late pick there.
Damage increased.
Yeah, it all came down to the Pharah there. The Pharah actually won out in the long run. I think there's a little bit of a positioning problem there on Toxic Shock side. Got to kind of get on that point there so you can give your DPS opportunity to shoot out that shield, which then opens up opportunities to get people off the point, get those pulls, and get that Orisa Hog out of the well side. And now they have a chance to retake it, and Will's going to open that up with a headshot onto Mushishimi in the air. Dragonite going to get the res though. SWATcat throwing out his ult while all the chaos is happening, and Pi going down. Looks like Toxic Shock kind of being put on their back legs here. Pi does get the res though. Going to get the grip onto Musha, who's going to get Mushishimi thrown out. Threepwood though finding Will. About even. So supercharges going down from Free Shot on the left side. Lethal gonna go ahead and pop his ult, pop that Coalescence. Mickett going down there, getting caught while he was flying out with Guardian Angel. And it looks like Toxic Shock's gonna have to run out here and reset. Pi making one last ditch effort here though. All about resetting, folks. Get 2 fights in if you back up now, but if you get picked, you're only gonna have 1 fight here. Gotta be careful with these kind of plays. Ult economy wise, about even still. It looks like Dragonite might be picking up that ult though on the defensive ult there on the Mercy a little bit sooner than Mickett. That might make all the difference for Seven Sins. They might be able to sustain. Looks like Pi is switching to Winston. Gonna try to look for some backline folks. Pharah becoming a massive problem on the Mushishimi side. Mushishimi kind of in the hunt again. In that strange position there. He's getting hit by SWATcat, or by Will. Trying to make do.
Thanks for the assist.
Threepwood does find motion. Looks like there's not a lot of contesting going on here. Mushishimi taking out Pi in the back. Getting res. Threep getting kill on Mickett though, who was kind of a weird spot there. Mushishimi taking down Lamper, and yeah, looks like there really wasn't much Toxic Shock having a lot of problems here with their regrouping, getting picked off, but I can't just blame them for regrouping here. I don't think it's a full Toxic Shock problem. I think it's very much a Mushishimi Pharah success on that point. Well lends itself to those booping characters, and even Ruins lends itself to those kind of characters too. The ones who have those knockbacks. And knocking people even out of position can be dangerous on that map. It makes people play cautiously, especially when you're running 3. So, good job to Musashimi on that. Excellent, excellent everything, positioning and what have you. Will switching to that Widowmaker. SWAT Cat switching on to Widowmaker as well. Looks like Musashimi might be running on to Tracer this time. Very interesting. Lethal going on to Lucio though.
Capture
Getting
the
a little bit of a
objective.
boost there right at the gate so that his team gets just a little bit of a boost before he switches back to Moira. And they're underway. Any other weird comp things? Looks like Taco Shock here though running with the Reinhardt D.Va, which can work pretty decently on this map. D.Va kind of goes to the back and tries to look for that Widow. Dangerous though against this Zarya on free shot. So very interesting here. The tanks and off tanks kind of swapping positions here, 3 and 3 shots. So very cool that they have that kind of
Find their
versatility
weakness
there.
and claim the objective.
Looks like 7 Sins just kind of staying on point. Pi trying to get in there to contest. He's going to charge in. He's going to get really low on health. Moshi getting a little bit low on health. He's trying to find some in the back. Will picking off SWAT Cat though. So the Widow battle has been won. Now he's going to have some free shooting here. Moshi goes down though. Lamper taking out Musashimi too. Looks like free shot though, getting the last bit of damage there and pushing Toxic Shock off the point. About even
Damage
there. I'm
increased.
interested to see if the D.Va really was what made the difference there in 7 Sins victory. D.Va's a little bit of, again, a dangerous person to pick, especially against this Zarya. And there's not a lot of stuff that D.Va can eat right now. She can eat Tracer bullets, she can eat Widow shots, and that's it. So, Trace, not really a lot of value there. Moshi might be trying to get some kind of graviton. Here's his chance to do it. Pushing in now. Make it popping his ult, popping Valkyrie, throwing some shots in. Graviton Surge does go out, but it doesn't pick anyone up here this time. Free shot with a rare miss. Rice gonna find Threep though, and Lamper finding Musashimi there in the back too. Rez is gonna be pretty hard to find here. Mickett popping Rez on the Will, died on Widowmaker. Looks like Toxic Shock's gonna push him off the point. Dragon Knight caught on the Mercy, kind of off point, but getting plenty of heals through the Coalescence and staying alive as Dragon Knight retreats, but Coalescence not really gonna help on the Toxic Shock side.
Kümmere mich um dich.
And yeah, Toxic Shock,
Personne
or sorry,
n'échappe
not gonna really help on the Sun's side.
No
Toxic
one can
Shock,
hide from my
point.
sight.
Both sights are out. See each other pretty well. Sure. What's going on here? Pi taking a lot of damage there from unknown actors here. Widow battle. Very interested to see what's going on here. Will kind of on the ground on this one. Does find a few hits there on the move. Everyone playing cautiously. Very being destroyed by the D.Va bomb, so Threep is kind of without defense. He's pushing in, not taking a lot of damage though. Pi taking a ton of damage. Pi does go down, and Will though finding Threep with a little bit of a trade there. SWAT Cat finding Mercy though. Looks like Toxic is on their back legs at this time, and Threep does get the res. Looks like Toxic Shock's gonna be put completely out here. Will the last survivor. Lamper. Well, okay. Maybe a little bit of Zenyatta there hiding around the pillar. 7 Sins taking the point.
I'm back in the game.
Again, I think the D.Va's is not getting a whole lot of value here. It's very difficult to get that damage. And, you know, I hate to put things onto one little aspect there of the game. Of course, there are ways D.Va can hopefully get in there. I'd like to see D.Va find some more backline stuff. Find some damage. Rice switching on again, or has been on Genji here too, but he does have his Dragon Blade. This will be interesting because there are no defensive ults available right now from the 7 Sins side. Moshi getting DMAC there. Musashimi finding that there. Icing down though. Looks like it's getting bullied off the point by 3. Not a lot of healing going out there. Maybe trying to find the res here, but he is getting zoned out pretty well. Lamper popping his ult. That way the res can go out, but it looks like the res is a little too late. Rice finding some backline folks with his Dragon Blade. Gets lethal. Gets Musashimi. Moshi finding 3 shot and finding 3 push. Looks like Toxic Shock makes making lemonade out of those lemons there that they got at the beginning of that push. Very interesting. Having a lot of problems with the Reinhardt here on Toxic Shock side, but they're really doing well here on the. I think Will is really converting a lot of Widow damage.
No
on
one
this,
can
so
hide from my
good job on his
sight.
part. And great job on Rice for getting those backline kills, recognizing that
Just what they needed.
they just don't have any defensive ults. So very good game sense. 3 push pushing in now. Seven Sins going in together. The missile's going out for Moshi, and Will taking a little bit of damage from Swap, the battle going on there. Will's playing a little bit forward here on the Widowmaker. He's playing defensive position there. There goes Graviton's surge though. A little bit of a zoning ult though for D.Va. 3-foot though. Going to go ahead and just swing his hammer. 3 shots, 2-foot, taking care of it. Coalescence. Wombo combo without the Hanzo. Yeah, no problem. Seven Sins got this rinse double all the time now. The final push, the final chance here for Toxic Shock to kind of get a match point here. Looks like they have a few people running back. I don't think they're going to get there in time. Hammer down, going down. Pi just throwing out a white flag, hammer down. And Seven Sins raising their lead 2-0.
Play of the game.
This will restore.
So very interesting. I think though it does come down, and this is Rice's amazing dragon play. If this wasn't on the camera here, check it out. Just excellent job, excellent read on his part, knowing that he could get back there and get that kill, and he stops the he knows Coalescence might be out there, gets lethal on the Moira in that kill really early. So great heads up play on his part. So yeah, I think. Gotta find that versatility on the Toxic Shock side. Gotta get that Zarya in there. Right now, it really is either you run the dive, you gotta go full commit on one side or full commit on the other. You can't run half dive, half death ball. It just ends up feeding too much ult from the D.Va. So that's what I'd like to see Toxic Shock do. Work a little bit on their compositions here. And on the Reinhardt side too, work a little bit on that. Because their DPS, I think, is getting the job done. They're getting the picks. They're getting the early kills there. And Rice, of course, with that great game sense on the Genji. So, got to kind of touch up some things on the other side there. On Seven Sins side, excellent job just really building those ults. I mean, Free Shot again with just some amazing tank plays there. And SWAT Cat just doing an amazing job. I really like the Pharah play too in the first round. All right. I believe we are jumping into halftime now. So, we are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be jumping on to the third map. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back. What's up, everyone? We're back and we're on to Hanamura. As I try to figure out why my mouse is glowing pink. Must be for that whole Mercy event. In any case, we are on to the match. If you are just joining us, this is the Overwatch Pretenders, and I am HX9. And we're watching Seven Sins versus Toxic Shock. Toxic Shock on the blue side, Seven Sins on the red side in this case. And we're on Hanamura, of course. Or 2CP, capture point map. And this one's an interesting one here. We usually see some pretty crazy rollouts here on this first point, but I don't think I've seen the double shield Bastion play on defense. And it looks like 80 making his glorious return after disappointing disconnect for the second game. Welcome back, 80. And on the other side, I don't think we're going to be seeing this Doomfist Symmetra play, but we'll see. Now, let's see where they set up here. If we can get the focus here on the Toxic Shock side. I'd love to see where this Bastion is going to set up. Looks like they might be choosing to play the point, which I don't know. Maybe not. They're kind of going around here. But I don't know what strategy I'd take. Defending the upper side with Bastion can be a great way to hold a point against teams that don't have the coordination to get in. So this might work pretty well, but I'd be worried about the combo. As soon as Zarya and Hanzo look like double sniper on Seven Sins side, if they roll out here, as soon as they get that combo, that Graviton Surge, pause. We are paused here. Not sure what's going on. Oh, it looks like 80 has disconnected once again. All right, well, according to rules, I believe he has a limited pause amount of time here before this particular match is forfeit, but maybe some admins can send me some details on that one here. So pause timer is in effect here. Of course, 80 was on the Bastion, so when he gets back, he is going to have to run back at the very least, and that's going to be a little bit dicey, I would say. We'll take a break here. So, chat, not a lot of you there, so let's talk. What topics do you want to talk about today? You can say things like Hanzo nerfs or cool maps. Looks like we are going to reset back to the lobby. One thing about Pretenders is this is all about practicing too. We aren't, I wouldn't say we're
Traveling to Hanamura.
You know, super sticklers for the rules here as we reset here. You know, we're gonna make exceptions. Teams are going to usually be quite kind in this. So if you are looking for a place to be a free agent, jump in, possibly join one of the teams, definitely come check us out. We'll get you in there. Why are we killing time like this instead of jumping the break? The break would be too short. Now, Hanamura.
Ziggler, I don't think you've aged a day since I last saw you. And neither have you, May.
Looks like we're switching it up here, though, on the side of Toxic Shock. Since 80 is disconnected, Rice has swapped in.
I don't want
a couple of changes here. We're going to be running Dungy and Moshi on the Mei. So again, we mentioned this the last time in the last match between
Attackers incoming in
previous two
30
teams
seconds.
I'll enjoy the
that I was casting.
I
And
have big plans
this doorway,
for you.
it seems like a great place for Mei. And the problem becomes with a team like
See you
Seven
in the
Sins,
air.
who's now running Dive, and SWAT Cat on Genji, potentially here. Well, they look like they might be switching it up there. The problem is, people can get over that wall. And once the enemy teams, or the attacking team swaps to Dive, your wall becomes a lot less effective. So,
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Will be interesting to see how that works out here. Turret being set up on the point. Able to fire through the window here. It's a pretty solid setup there. Reef and seven sins. Going to kind of push through the side there. Fire strike does hit Dungy.
Not good.
Blocking them all.
Farah though, and Rice.
Oh my gosh.
Very interesting comp here on this Farah
Oh, 对不起了。
Torbjorn setup. Huh. Well, okay. Well, anyway, Brock
Sniper,
finds the
look out.
turret though through the window there. One of the disadvantages of running that turret where you put it is that it is snipeable without firing. It's a little bit dangerous there. Just some poking going on here. Not a whole lot of action. Moshi trying to get the wall up there. Does leave a little bit of a gap though. And it looks like Seven Sins going to back up four of their players in the thing, coming in together very well. Very charged free shot here. Looking to build his ult a little bit more. I think it does res right. Clarify a little bit out. Brock shooting into the side. Trying to find Lamper there. Lamper and Brock gonna have a war there. But it looks like May gonna get the wall up here. And swings one out from Dungy. Creepwood does get taken down inside of this kind of dangerous area there. Seven Sins kind of struggling to put together a push here. The free shot trying to get out the door. Motion gets picked off by Squad. That's going to be a very important pick here. As Mickett's res is up, but it's kind of going to be a dangerous one. He's trying to pull it off there. He's going to get swung at though. And does have to pop his ultimate. Will popping ult and core. Once again, the Mei wall is actually doing some excellent work here. The only problem though is Dungy is down now. He's a long run back. So May popped her off. Moji using Solus and wow. Rocks. Finding Will. Is there a res up from Mickett? Looks like Mickett might not get that res there. It was going to come a few seconds late. So we got Will running back. His turret's going to be able to stand in his place. Ultimates on the side of Seven Sins. Pretty good here. They've got the 3-foot ultimate, Free Shot's ultimate coming in with the Graviton Surge. They're trying to bait that Mei wall. Moshi just sitting there waiting to put it up, trying to get them in it.
Ice wall.
There it is. Oh, a little bit of a misposition there though. There's plenty of room.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like they're looking for that Graviton. This team is spread out quite a bit. Rice finds both Solus and SWAT-Cat. Graviton goes out, but SWAT-Cat not going to be there to follow up. So Brock's only going to get Dungy in this case. Swapping to that Reaper. Very interesting swap here. He's going to find Will though. He's kind of gone a little bit too far forward, not being behind his tank. Rice is going to clean things up with the help of Moshi. And Mickett's going to pick up Will.
My ultimate
Excellent
is
job on
charging.
Rice's part, taking that fight there. If Rice didn't pick up SWAT there, I think that was just going to be a win for the Seven Sins side. Excellent timing on his part, even if it was an accident. Great, excellent timing there. Free shot now and three. Now swatting to the dive. We'll be able to get around this Mei wall. First, they're going to try to bait it out here. Looks like SWAT kind of throwing out his ultimate from the top there. Getting a little bit of extra space there. The Mei wall does go down, but it's not going to stop anybody. The Farah Mercy getting in the back line there. Brock's finding Moshi. But Rice taking out Brox in response. Now Rice on the Farah going to be able to have a little bit of free reign here. Will, with his turret there, popping molten core, does take out Mercy. Seven Sins kind of trying to cobble together some kind of victory here. It looks like they are kind of going down. A SWAT-Cat and...
Everyone, stick together.
SWAT-Cat
We
and
can
Solus
do this.
up at the top. Taking some pot shots here, but not really able to get through that shield. Looks like Will's going to seek him out there. Brave Torbjorn going up against the Hanzo. He backs away, wisely so. And Free Shot really low on health. He's sitting really low. This Seven Sins attack is going to have to get a tick here, or they are going to fail. Dragon Eye getting found by Moshi in the front. There's no support left, and all sorts of things happening on all fronts here. Just every member of Toxic Shock just taking a little piece here, and they're gonna full hold them. Toxic Shock with an amazing turnaround here. Is this the same Toxic Shock we were watching before?
Rains from above.
Round 1 complete.
Wow, I gotta say, whatever happened in the locker room for Toxic Shock,
0-0.
I gotta
Switching
hand it to them. They
sides.
came back and they came back strong here. I think what they picked was a lot better than the Bastion idea. So, good work on their part. But they do have to get one tick here, or they will not get a tie. 33% of that cap point available. They definitely can't lose at this point. So that's great. It's got to be a good morale booster. Looks like Seven Sins might be setting up for a Orisa Hog Mei defense. Very interesting setup. So what we saw on the Toxic Shock side was we saw Mei in place of a second tank. And I think that's pretty wise from Toxic Shock because they were struggling with their off tank before. But now, most people, I would say, try to put that Mei in with tanks. They replace a DPS, or they replace a healer with the Mei, rather than replacing a tank. So I think Toxic Shock did a great job playing to their strengths. We'll see how it plays out for Seven Sins with this Mei kind of on the side there, taking a DPS spot. SWAT Cat, of course, going to Soldier, knowing that that Pharah from Rice is probably coming out again. So it looks like the team's both kind of knowing what's going to happen here. I think great job on Seven Sins on their setup at this point. One thing I think they have to worry about, though, no defensible. They have Mercy and Moira. So with Mercy Moira there, it's going to be a little bit tricky when the Graviton Surge comes out. I think the game plan from Toxic Shock here just has to be build the Graviton Surge, get the wipe, get the guaranteed wipe, and move on.
4, 3,
Pretty much an easy pick.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
All right, the rollout coming here from Toxic Shock. Going into the doorway, a little bit of a misfire on the orb there from Solus. You gotta aim away from the door, not into the door. All right, shield going down from Orista's side here. New one being replaced. Dungy shield going a little bit low. A little bit of poking going here. Moshi, though, not finding a whole lot of ult charge on the surface. Brock's looking for that Mei wall. Does get Dungy, and it appears a hole there. And Moshi's going to be able to push in. Dungy, not really getting too punished there. Still taking a little bit of damage, though. And Rice just trying to find his way in there. 3. Finding Dungy. Looks like they're down a tank. They're going to pick him up. SWAT Cat picking off Rice, doing his job on Soldier. Mickett picking up Dungy, of course, means they're going to get a little bit of a push to the point. Will find SWAT Cat. Everything is not going well for Seven Sins here. Toxic Shock, though. Will finding Solus as well. They gotta find Will. He's just kind of on the point, zoning him out. Great res there from Dragon Eye, though, picking up Solus. And Moshi gonna take that time to take out Free Shot when the heals are down. Dragon going out for Will. Really early Dragon. And Moshi and him are going to go ahead and clean up a little bit more.
My keen
On Seven
analytical
Sins side.
mind.
Brock finding a really early Mail, but she's the last one on point. No one left for Seven Sins. Wait, there it is. SWAT Cat.
This objective must
Sorry,
be
SWAT
ours.
Cat.
Surrender to my
We're almost
will.
there.
Victory.
Toxic Shock. Bringing it
If we
back.
are to
Now
progress,
bringing
we
it
must
to
claim
2-1.
the objective.
In the favor of Seven Sins right now, but
Play
Toxic
of the
Shock
game.
with some just decisive plays there. I have a feeling I know what this is with Rice. If you remember when Rice was going in here and
Double kill. Triple
oh
kill.
no, this is just a different play. Alright, well. Hey, good
The
play.
battle continues.
Just a decisive hold. I think they just couldn't handle the Pharah there. We see 58 direct rocket hits on the cards from Rice, which is just, it's even with shields up, that's an absolutely absurdly high number.
Mission
So that
accomplished.
means he got a lot of uptime. In addition to doing damage to players, he's getting lots of shield time. So good job on him. MVP for the round for me goes to Rice on this one. Junkertown or Gibraltar is the final pick. It's going to be Seven Sins pick, and looks like they're going to be going with Gibraltar. I'm sorry, did I have the teams backwards there? No, I did not. Okay. So we're on to the final map. 2-1, favoring Seven Sins. They're going to pick Gibraltar. And they're swapping, let's see, we're swapping an Evergreen for Threepwood on the Seven Sins side there too. So gonna bring in the Evergreen free shot combo we saw on King's Row. Very good, very solid combo. Getting some whistling and stuff in the Discord right now. All right, sending my notes to production there. All right. 80 going to swap in for Rice again. So they're trying to 80. You got one last chance, man. One last chance to get in this game. Let's see it happen. And Solus swapping for Lethal. So swapping some supports there. I really like on the side of Toxic Shock here. You know, I like one thing that's great about them, or I should say, both Toxic Shock and Seven Sins. It's just the deep rosters that they have there. They're switching a lot of people out. So kudos on them for that. Or sorry, on the Seven Sins side. I mean, lots of people playing here. We got Brock's in now. Lethal's coming back in. We had Solus on that last game. So awesome. I want to see more people play too. Just love seeing a lot of people playing. So Gibraltar. Let's talk Gibraltar here while we're waiting. Gibraltar starts off in a kind of divey position. Then, by the end, you know, at the beginning, Widowmaker works pretty well. Widowmaker works pretty well throughout the whole map on Gibraltar. It's a very interesting map in that regard. But the dive versus the Zarya Reinhardt. I think the dive is pretty well favored on this map. So I'd like to see some dives coming from the teams here. Even counter dive works pretty well. But there are also some other setups you can run. So we'll see what they choose to do. Pharah also pretty strong at the very beginning of this map and at the very end. A little bit weak sometimes in the spaceship section, depending on the comps you're going against. So should be interesting to see what they choose here again. All right, so on the blue side, got the Seven Sins. On the red side, we have Toxic Shock, and it is 2-1 right now. Going for that tie, trying to tie it up here to get on to Game 5 for Toxic Shock. Everything on the line in this match. Whereas Seven Sins trying to secure that win. So we will see what happens here. Looks like the dive might actually be happening here on the Seven Sins side. Starting off with that counter dive, which is actually quite good on this map. Again, if you're expecting a Widow or if you're expecting snipers, this dive on this map can really just take care of that high ground for you. And with a pairing of double sniper on your side as well, that makes dive very interesting too. This dive double sniper, kind of an awkward setup, but could work out pretty well. In terms of Toxic Shock's comp, once again, they're running this Reinhardt D.Va. So, interesting. I want to see how this D.Va works out again. I still think they have some faith in it. I have belief here, Moshi Man, that this D.Va's going to work out this time, so good luck to you. Looks like Will and Ike, though, taking up the Genji Hanzo combo, bringing the brothers together. Not a comp we often see. We'd like to see Widow more often on this, but Genji might be good. Kind of getting in on the dive there, but he's going to be surprised to find that win. All right, Moshi finding the high ground there. Exchange some shots with the enemy team there, but take pretty much all of his health and damage. Yeah, Moshi, time to back that up there.
Blocked by the dragon.
All right. Reinhardt on point. Not a whole lot of things going on here. Brock's going to take some pot shots there. Moshi trying to find a dive here. Moshi and Freeshot kind of poking at each other there. Freeshot a little bit lower. And Dungey kind of swinging people off the cart. No dive happening yet. Just a little bit of poking still going on. No one really in danger. I taking quite a bit of damage there, though. Or 80, excuse me. 80 taking quite a bit of damage there. He is going to kind of fall back there. Looks like the card is payload, it's pushing. Brock finds Moshi though, with a little bit of Widow shot there. Payload's still moving, they gotta take 6 times engaged. Dive is coming down there, and Reinhardt starting to swing, Dunny starting to swing. Mickey does get taken down though by the dive, finding him. And looks like some exchanges here going on. Genji diving up to the top. Dragon Eye getting the res on lethal though, so it looks like Seven Sins might be able to hold this first point.
Come on.
Very interesting. Kind of tough to follow that dive there. There were a lot of different things happening at once. And so the coordination was a little bit off, but it did manage to pay off for the Seven Sins side.
The payload is stopped. Get it moving.
Ultimate advantage on the 7 Sin side here. They are taking the high ground.
sterben
There's a
nicht.
dive in by Moshi by himself against 2 other divers though.
優が我が敵を食らう
The ult from Mickett maybe a little early. There isn't really any engage happening there. Not a lot of healing going on.
I am ready.
80 getting kind of low, but Dungy finds Swatcat, and everyone kind of getting knocked off by that Mercy ult. So Dragon going out for Will, looking to go ahead and go up to the top, finds Brock in the side. He's looking around. Is there anyone else he can find? Gets back, manages to get back on the point, takes 6 wins, and 80 finds Dragon Eye. Lethal trying to hold on to the point though with the Transcendence. Not a lot of people left on the 7 Sin side. Dragon going out from 80. Not going to find anybody. Moshi is going to find Evergreen on the dive side. Slow and steady push here. Dungy kind of holding the cart. SWAT cast. Going to back off
Bearing
here.
the damage.
Contesting happening from Free Shot though. A little bit of a regroup. The stagger is happening at this time. Alright, Dragon Eye and Free Shot still holding on to the point. Evergreen making it back. Everyone kind of just dying one by one. Lots of ults being built up on the Toxic Shock side. They do manage to push it out there. And Free Shot about to get DMEC here though. If he gets DMEC here, it's going to be a long time before he gets that DMEC back. Will finding Lethal as he goes hunting. Some people with some kind of bad spawns though. He does get picked off by SWATcat.
This is
He is
not
going to
fair.
get rezzed by Mickett. You can see how these delays sometimes don't work in your favor. Sometimes it's
Thanks
better to
for
let
the
them have a
assist.
point regroup. Look at the ult economy here. In the end, this is going Toxic Shock side for ult economy. Be careful, 7 Sins. You know, you don't want to give a second point for free just to
I
delay the
accept the
first
enemy.
point for 30 seconds. You're losing minutes. Saving a penny, spending your dollars. Will once again popping his ultimate here. He's not going to find Mercy though, which flies up in the air, but 80 is going to go ahead and find that Mercy anyway. Will looking around, trying to find some people to kill there, but does not manage to find anybody. But picking out Brock in the air, and Dragons going out from both sides. Looks like though the Dragons and the ultimates from.
The
Well,
payload
never mind. Not a lot of
message
ultimates really
rejected.
needed from Toxic Shock. Again, I'm just wondering, is this the same Toxic Shock we saw before? 7 Sins seem to be struggling with kind of getting their players to kind of group back up together. So, come on, 7 Sins. I believe.
Enemy spotted.
Not supposed to be picking favorites, but
Touch from afar.
interesting to see the turnaround here. Free Shot taking some high ground, taking a little bit of damage there. Not a lot of healers in the way there. 80 looking for some damage, looking to try to get that DMAX. But Free Shot gets top off there. Top off doesn't need to matter though because the bomb gets thrown out. Doesn't really hit anybody. And in the back line there, it is
Helden sterben nicht.
Free Shot and SWATcat. Not looking for some people there. Trader does back off though. And now ultimates are being spent. The Dragon Eye kind of holding on to Evergreen there as Evergreen pops his ultimate.
Allow me to repair the damage.
SWATcat does find 80 in the back.
In the face of death.
80, I think, trying to be a little cheeky.
Get the payload moving.
Health advantage still on the
Power of destruction.
Toxic Shock side here. I like to see them get a really strong push with the ultimate. You need to kind of land that hammer down. With against dive, your hammer down can be pretty hard to land if the dive is kind of up in the vertical side. So it'll be a little bit tricky. Yeah, Dragon Eye trying to find a way out of there. Finds a little bit of a close quarters to Dungy though, and it looks like
Heroes never die.
yeah, very interesting kind of push here from the Toxic Shock. Like Dungeon's finding a Free Shot, he's just kind of swings. Will in the back there pops a lot of ultimates, killing people that are in the back. Kind of looks like a disorganized mess from 7 Sins. I'm trying to figure out what their strategy is here, but right now the strategy just has to be hold it off a little bit longer. Try to get some time on the time bank. Free Shot kind of get on the point. Will once again finding a whole bunch of everything. Lamperos popping the Stolas. He's gonna go ahead and try to clean up the point, using it like a power cleaner onto 7 Sins. Free Shot does get the remix there, and Overhaul top side rocks. He's gonna go ahead and swing at a whole bunch of players, but he's not gonna get any kills there, and he does go down to Lamper. Will finding Dragon Eye. Free Shot though does find Mickett. This could be a big turnaround if they can stall long enough without that Mercy. We're gonna have trouble keeping the team up there. Lamper does get a challenge though. And he's keeping the team up here. Brock's finding Dash there, and Evergreen popping his ult. This is endless stall here for Toxic Shock. Free Shot does find 80. It looks like this might be the end of the push.
Time to read my
Another ult going out from Will. Will going to really low big diva bomb there. Doesn't find the Moshi Man. And it's just a slow and steady push off this cart here of the Toxic Shock. They are going to back out here, though, at the end here. Moshi Man good at rematch. And they are going to leave him alive there, so he does have to try to find a rematch.
60 seconds remaining.
So that push started around the 3:30 mark, and take a look at the time here. There's only about a minute left. So in spite of pretty much spending half the time bank that was left on that push, they did not get the completion. They did get it pretty far, but there's one more chance here for Toxic Shock to pull this off. Seven Sins looking to try to keep them from the 3 cap, to guarantee match round 3 if both teams cap all 3. Brox finds Mickett, and that's going to be a pretty big deal. It's going to be very difficult to try to find the regroup here, and they're going to get punished for it. Seven Sins being pushed in very deep. Dragon Knight finding the res on Swatcat. Free-shot finding Moshi. And another D-mech there. Moshi going to have to get another mech. Only 14 seconds left, though. He might not have time. So now, with a lot of people down and a very long run, Toxic Shock has got to find that push in there.
Damage boost engaged.
Zoning, oh, a little bit of a misfire there from Free Shot on the ult. Some ult coming out, looks like the Dragon Blade coming out from Will. He's going to find lethal. Maybe going to get the res onto 80 and Swatcat getting the bomb onto Moshi Man, who just never finds the mech again. He is swinging. These 12-second res are in effect. This could be huge, and a chance for Toxic Shock to get 3 on the board. A lot of people dying though on Toxic Shock side. Brock's bringing back that Pharah. Gonna pull out the barrage though and clean up. Brock's just completely cleaning up at the end there.
Complete.
And Seven Sins going to get the hold on point 3 here on Gibraltar.
Score 0-2. Switching sides.
Seven Sins had a pretty good push there. Sorry. Rip the names, getting them backwards there. Seven Sins had a pretty strong push there against Toxic Shock. Toxic Shock managing to hold it off there at the end with some really great stalls and then a really great counter push with Brox on the Pharah. So this is it. This is for all the marbles at this point here. Toxic Shock, to stay alive, needs to try to get to that third, basically cap that 3rd point. They get that, they will tie it up and we will go to a game 5. So good luck to Toxic Shock on this one. Defense side here, we do have a Reinhardt. And a Diva. And don't ask why there was a long pause there. Because I'm not going to explain it to you. So, Lamper and Mickett, this combo of Mercy Moira has been working out pretty interestingly against the Toxic Shock. And I think that's because Toxic Shock just isn't running that Zarya. So they don't really need that defensive ult. And so if you don't need the defensive ult, instead of running that, if you don't feel like you need the damage either from the Zenyatta, I think it's an interesting strategy just trying to run higher heals per second.
4,
you know, run that
3,
Moira who can heal
2,
so much
1.
Compared to Zenyatta.
Attackers
Very
incoming.
interesting choice there.
By the dragon.
So it's been paying off
Stop
pretty well.
the payload.
But they are rolling out here. It looks like
Imagination is the
Swatcat
essence of
going to
discovery.
be on the Pharah this time.
Know what they
Brock.
say? A payload in
Brock's
motion
going to be on that
stays
Widow.
in motion.
There's going to be a little battle here between Will and Brox. Whose 4-letter name will be the victor here. Moshi Man does find Swatcat
This is not the
rather
end.
early there. Kind of gets him in the window there. So he's going to get
Thanks
punished though
for
by
the
being out of
assist.
position here on the Diva. Didn't quite escape after the res happened. Moshi Man's going to get taken out by Free Shot. Swatcat now kind of free to jump around here. A lot of players going down though on the Toxic side.
Much better.
Yeah, this dive is just taking a long time to kind of.
Healing stream engaged.
Brox does find Will. Might be slightly meaningful. He was going to have a little bit of a run back, but a lot of teams
Where does it
back
hurt?
here.
Your
Yeah, it's
support
really,
has arrived.
again, a lot of these pushes
This
are
is my
just not
will.
ending quickly enough. We're a minute down.
No one can
Damage
hide
increase.
We
from
don't
my
want to limit pushes
sight.
to 45 seconds, 30 seconds if possible.
Merci.
Posturing and all might increase that, but a full minute and re-posturing here, it's just taking way too much time off the half the clock's gone. It's only one push. So, Evergreen, free shot, jumping up to the top here. Swat down. Now on Tracer instead of, oh, it just gets absolutely destroyed by Will in the back there. Excellent job on his part. Evergreen does take out Will though. And
Allow me to
80 just kind of cleaning up his backline here. Ooh, Moshi not finding the remake. The dive's still kind of going on here, but they're gonna have to back out. Tanks are living a really long time here on these attacks on the Toxic Shock side, but I will caution that the rest of the team is kind of falling apart on the other side of things. So they might need to make some changes here to try to get that going. Ooh, change on the Hanzo. That might help out a little bit there. Help him get through that shield or maybe get into the background. Some great opportunities for Hanzo to get some damage
my
here.
will made real.
Will's looking for that shot though. Does manage to get free shot out of mech. So once again, this is just going to be kind of a stalled push here. Free shot's looking for his mech. Will looking for a shot here. Brock's kind of trading shots with him, and Brox does win that sniper duel. Is Mercy going to be able to find it up there?
Systems checked out.
Looks like Mika's trying to find that res. Trying to not get picked off though by Brox on the Widow. So Swatcat does find Lamper though during that exchange, and Lethal does manage to take out 80 on the side there. Looks like the push is finally happening here, and just a great dive in together from Evergreen free shot, and even from Lethal there. I definitely think that the Moira kind of getting in there and kind of getting down and dirty in the front helped quite a bit there. And now you can see Lethal kind of running back at this point. Sometimes you just gotta fend for yourself on Moira.
Time to raise my APM.
Behind you.
3 minutes left on the clock. Ult advantage. Kind of an even match here on Swatcat. Finds 80 there. Evergreen pushing up there. Toxic Shock really pushing up here, and that's really good. They are finding these late picks here because the 7 Sins hasn't quite reorganized yet. Popping a few ultimates here. Evergreen popping his Primal Rage there. And he once again managed to demech Moshi, and Moshi's just not having a good time on his team. Unless you like Big Game, in which case he's having a great time. Swatcat's on the hunt in the back here. Doesn't call out.
Time to raise my APM.
Toxic pushing up on the last part of the point here. 7 Sins. Getting zoned out by the Dragon though. Dragon going out on the point though too, but it's no one there to kind of hit because again this die comes up in the face of the enemy team. At 80 takes out free shot completely. But most of his team is falling around him. Res going out onto Will. They are going to try to kind of hold off here. Brock just kind of laying some damage in motion, which we finally find out kind of throwing it out there. The team is kind of regrouped here on the 7 Sins side. We're going to get a couple picks here. And onto Brock. No kills from self-destruct in this entire series. Diva not seeming to work out too well for either team on the ultimate front. Another Dragon gets eaten. Amazing job there from Free Shot hitting that Dragon. He does get res here. Posturing, the dive is kind of not working here. He's gonna have to regroup at this point. Remix though, coming from Free Shot. A little bit of a repog here. Oh, an excellent Dragon zoning out Sunji there. Amazing job there. Coalescence trying to keep him up, but it's not enough healing to get through that. Looks like Lambert gets Coalescence range. Lethal's gonna pop his Coalescence in response, keeping the tank, keeping Free Shot up. Evergreen kind of at half health with his Primal Rage out though. A lot of damage going out on the 7 Sins. They aren't gonna be able to keep their players up. Dungy, last to check around the point, swinging away. Moshi popping his ult, gonna try to get back into mech. Does find a lot of damage on the Free Shot. A little bit of early defense matrix there from Free Shot, so Will does manage to find that D-mech, but it's not gonna be enough. Toxic Shock trying to keep it alive, and on the last course at this point, with 2 minutes to go.
Let's get you back out there.
Is my will.
Get behind.
The dragon awakens.
This is going to be for the tie. Try to get it to that map, number 5, but this is a difficult corner to take, especially against that run.
Barrier is giving out. Barrier destroyed.
Coalescence
is charging.
Jumps up over the top. 80, kind of in a defensive spot with Hanzo. is going to get forced off the top. Will does find SWAT Cat in the back. The Tracer actually working out so well, I think. Getting a couple pulse bomb kills, though, on his favor. Some bombs going out. Bomb first, leave the bomb kill of the night, going to 3 shots onto Lamper. Brock's fighting Dungey, too, and Evergreen the dive. A lot of teams kind of collapse here. Could be it. Could be the tie. The game 5 could be happening here. Katie taking a cheeky defensive play there, but Brock's not letting it down. Dungey finding a pulse bomb onto Dungey with SWAT Cat, but Dungey gets SWAT Cat in a pin and takes the bomb back to him. Res does happen to SWAT Cat is back out. Will good running with Tracer just to get the stall here. Nick it for the same reason. Coalescence trying to get the power washing on here. Trying to get Ross a little bit damage. Massive hammer down from Dungey, getting 4 players into it. That's going to be killing both Leacher and Ross. He might have saved the point here. Evergreen just holding that beam onto the enemy, but it's just not working. It's not really doing enough damage here. Moshi pushing them off, Dragon Eye going down, and Evergreen going down. One last push from Toxic Shock to keep it alive. The dream of going 3 and 4 and not being taken down to 2 and 5.
Remaining.
In the meantime, we have a positive win ratio here on the 7 Sins side. Coming down to this last push for 7 Sins. Got a Reaper now, kind of hiding up on the top with 80 here. It's going to be cheeky. He's going to try to find those folks in the back. He shoots up at the Pharah first, and Brock finds him with a headshot. Immediately taking out. He's no way he's getting res there. Free shot finds Mickett. Evergreen taking out Lamper. This play, they will have quicker reses though, as Moshi gets DMAC. Will finding Box might be enough to start a little bit of a turnaround here onto this point. But now 12-second res going up onto Will. Mickett finding his way on the point. Not a lot going on there. And Toxic Shock.
Victory.
Taken down.
Cover.
Play of the game.
Taking down the payload to the end. We're tied up. 2 and 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I have it backwards again?
Double kill.
My apologies. That was 7 Sins pushing that whole time. Rip HX9 with the with the complete mix-up on the teams. Blizzard, I hope you're watching this because this is just a prime example of why we need team colors. Please, give us the Overwatch League team colors. For I have a short attention span. That's it for this broadcast. With 7 Sins taking it 3-1. I'm HX9, and if you like that blunder, follow me, HXZ9 on Twitter, HXZ9 on Twitch. Of course, follow the Pretenders as well. There's links below for the Twitter, and you can always follow us on Twitch as well. That's it for this match. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.